So, a quick question. How did you get home from work today? On the bus? In your car? What is the difference there? Why is it in the car and not in the bus? The reason being, cars have always been these sort of closed in units. Even the old cars, they had a roof that pulled up. So they were enclosed, so you were in them, inside. Buses, planes, ships, we go onto them. We are on the bus, on the plane, on the ship. Ship's easy to understand. When you get on a ship, you're on the deck, the flat surface. You are on it. You don't go into the ship until whatever. With our old carriages, they developed over a period of time. The original carriages are basically like the farm vehicles. They were flatbed vehicles with wheels, and you'd sit just on there. You were in the open air. Then they put seats on. You were still in the open air, and then eventually they enclosed it into grander, more secure carriages. But the preposition on the carriage, on the bus, on the ship, and planes take a lot of their terminology from the Navy. That's just a logical development. So we're on a plane, on rather than in. And then what's the difference between in and into and on and onto? Again, we see this mistake a lot in publications because editors are not doing their jobs now with novels. In and on define where you are. You are in the bank. You are on the bus, right? Into and onto define that movement. I'm getting onto the bus. I'm going into the bank. So when you see in novels, even J.K. Rowling, brilliant writer, but her editor should have picked this up. She often writes on to instead of onto as one word. If you have on to as two separate words, it's defining where you are and what you're doing there, what your intention is. You would say, I went into the bank. Well, I went in, talking about the bank, I went in to deposit some money. I went in to rob it. I got on to sail the ship. I got on to the ship. Different meanings. And bicycles, horses, we are on them. Cars in, buses on, and bicycles on, motorbikes, all those sort of things, because we are physically on them, riding. They are under us, we are on them. And so when you go to ride your bike, you get onto your bike and then you ride on your bike.